This whole story would begin when Goku was fighting against Jiren after the victory of the android number 17. Several days would have passed. In those days, the kings of everything were talking about the great skills that Goku showed in the Tournament of Power. Without a doubt, Goku was the warrior that stood out the most in this tournament. To see him dominate the power of the gods was incredible. I didn't even think that a mortal like our friend Goku could reach so far. At that moment, Zeno of the present was thinking something. Hey, do you know why we did this tournament? Well, I don't know. What was the reason? The real reason was to look for a replacement to rule the 12 universes. We have been in this position for a long time. It is time to rest and leave the position to Goku. I like your thinking. Goku would be the best candidate to our replacement. Besides, he is a mortal with a pure heart. Zeno would call the angel Daishinkan to inform him of everything he was thinking. He is only a mortal. I don't think he has what it takes for that position. At that moment, Daishinkan would think, I've wanted that position for a long time. I've been waiting for you to leave your position so I could be the king of everything. Why should you give it to someone like him? Damn it! Daishinkan, do you oppose our decision? Goku will be our replacement whether you like it or not. The only thing that interests me is to play. I'm not interested in controlling the 12 universes. If you say so, great Zeno, I will listen to you. At this moment, I will go to look for the sane Goku to bring him to the palace. On the way, I will inform him of everything. It's okay, I will be waiting for you. Daishinkan would fly to Universe 7 at great speed. Meanwhile, on Earth, Goku and Vegeta were fighting to see who was the strongest. While Whis and Beerus were enjoying the delicious food of the earth, Mr. Beerus, I love the food of Earth. It has such a fascinating taste. I know, Whis. Please bring us more food. Suddenly, while Whis was eating, he would have felt an extremely strong presence. So, getting serious. What's wrong, Whis? Why did you stop eating? It's such a waste that you don't eat the food of this planet. Mr. Beerus, my father is approaching at great speed. Beerus at that moment would have thrown the food on the ground, so he would have become very nervous. Are you serious? The great priest is coming to Earth? Now what the hell did Goku do? If he comes personally, it means that we are in big trouble. The only thing left to do is to wait to see what he will say. While Beerus speaks in a very nervous way, Daishinkan would come to Earth, making us shake a little by his arrival. Beerus would get down on his knees at the sight of Daishinkan, while Vegeta and Goku would continue fighting. Hey you guys, what are you supposed to be doing still fighting? Come down at once and bow. Vegeta would have knelt down while Goku, with his way of being, would have simply greeted the angel. Beerus, seeing this, would give him a small blow on the head and then put him on his knees. And tell me, great Daishinkan, what brings you to this humble planet? Did Goku do something wrong? He did nothing wrong, but you are not as wrong as you think. The reason why I came to Universe 7 is because Zeno-Sama has a very important matter to talk to Goku. What matters could Zeno-Sama have with Goku? God of Destruction, is that if I tell you that you would not believe it. But let's say that the great Zeno said that Goku would be his new replacement. He no longer wants to rule the 12 universes. He wants Goku to be the new king of everything. Daishinkan would say this with a very serious face. Beerus, along with the others, would be very shocked. Is he serious? This must be a joke. Zeno-Sama said that Goku would be the new king of everything. I can't believe all this. I couldn't believe it either. But it's true, he said it recently. Apparently he was talking to the other Zeno about all this. And tell me, Goku, what do you think about all this? I don't know what to think. I never thought that Zeno would choose me as his new replacement. I really can't accept. I prefer to simply train and become stronger. Mr. Goku, even if you don't want to, you have to accept. No one can disobey Zeno's orders. Otherwise, you run the risk that your whole universe will be eliminated. The best thing you can do is accept this great opportunity. Goku wouldn't say anything at that moment because he was so confused. I still did not believe what the angel said was true. Suddenly, they all left together with the angel for the palace of the great Zeno. At that moment, the two Zeno were waiting for Goku sitting on their thrones. When they saw Goku, they got up immediately to give him a hug. Goku, you have finally come. You heard what Daishinkan told you? Now you will be my replacement and you will rule the 12 universes. I know you will do a great job. But Zeno, I can't accept it. It is too much pressure for me. Zeno would make an angry face. "What did you say, Goku? Can you repeat it again?" Beerus, seeing all this, would have covered Goku's mouth. "Excuse me, great Zeno, he said he would gladly accept the position." "God, that's what I thought, because if you said no, I would think of erasing several universes." Goku would think, "Damn it, I don't want this position. But I have no choice. The life of all the universes depends on me. Daishinkan, I want you to bring all the angels and gods. Today we will have a ceremony to crown Goku as the next king of everything. And in that ritual I plan to give him my powers to erase the universes." "But great Zeno, if you do that your life will be in danger." "That really doesn't matter to me. Now all I want is to rest in peace, to play without worries for all eternity." At that moment, Daishinkan would go to the other universes to invite the gods to the ceremony. Beerus, who was waiting for the ceremony to start, would think, "So really, Goku will be the new king of everything? But if Zeno dies, his power would be given to Goku. Goku can be a little immature, but Zeno is much more so. Really, now destruction awaits us, but I can't stop this. It only remains to see what will happen from now on. The future can be very uncertain." The hours and minutes would have passed. Finally, the ceremony would have begun. The 12 gods, along with their angels, were watching what was happening, while in their minds 1,000 things were happening at that moment. Most of these gods were not in favor. It was something very risky. But what could they do at that moment? If they just said something, they could be eliminated in the blink of an eye. Goku would be walking with the two Zeno. "Our moment as kings of all is over. Now is the time for you, Goku, to start ruling these universes. I know that with you, peace will reign. Before we say goodbye, we want to give you the greatest power of all, and that is the power to eliminate everything at your whim." Suddenly, in the palm of Zeno's hand, a white ball of energy could be seen. In this ball could be seen the galaxies and stars. Goku, at the moment of feeling the power of this small ball of energy, would have been very scared. "What kind of power is this? It does not make any sense. In my life I had felt something like this. So this is the true power of the great Zeno. If that is something amazing. Before we lose our lives, I will tell you a secret before receiving my position as king of everything. Before, there was someone else who ruled the 12 universes. He was my master. When my master had reached his limit and was about to lose his life, he would give me what I was giving you. But before giving it to me, he warned me of one thing. The only way for me to get that power was to have a pure heart, and the only way to do it was to become a child. I think you are someone with a pure heart. You have already proved it a lot. You're incredible, Zeno, to think that before giving me your power, you were able to recover your conscience and your old memories. If that is your wish, I will do it like your master did." Zeno would give the power to Goku. When he gave him his power, his body would have disappeared instantly, along with the body of the Zeno of the future. Goku would start touching his head, and then put his hand on the ground. "What's wrong with me? My eyesight is blurring. My body is not holding all this power. I feel like it's going to explode at any moment. But I can't give up. I have to endure it no matter what it takes." Goku would start to scream from the pain. Suddenly, an aura would have begun to cover the Saiyan's body. Goku would start to fly through the air, while a big aura would fall on him. "I must be able to control this power." The would try to compress the power in his body, concentrating as much as possible. At that moment, his hair would have grown a lot, getting a very strange transformation. He had long hair, but it was white. Goku, at the moment of getting the transformation, could barely speak. His body was doing its best not to explode because of so much power. At that moment, a golden light would illuminate the whole palace. A big text would start to show. In that text it would say, "Congratulations to all. A new king has been born, and his name is Goku." The gods would see this and would kneel before Goku, as they knew how impressive he was. The Saiyan would walk to his lathe to sit down, while his two guardians were waiting for him. "Congratulations, Goku, for being the new king of everything. And now what is going to happen? Do you have a new order?" When Goku was about to say something, he would have spit out some blood, thus fainting to lose the transformation. Daishinkan, upon seeing this, would grab Goku's body. "Sir, Goku is fine." "Damn it, he can't die yet. If he dies, the power that Zeno gave him will be completely gone." Daishinkan would have analyzed Goku's body, realizing that his organs were very damaged. Apparently, Goku still couldn't control his new power as a king at all. His body is between life and death. I must save him at all costs. Daishinkan would begin to use his power as an angel, thus beginning to heal the internal wounds of Goku. After having healed his wounds, the other gods, who were upset and confused, would begin to complain to the angel. How is this possible? Now, Goku is the strongest being of all the universes? Without a doubt, we have to do something. We cannot stay with our hands crossed. This is something totally unfair. Gods and angels, I know that all this is something new, but don't worry. If someone opposes to all this, I won't intervene. You are free to claim him or use your strength. You only have to wait a week until he wakes up. Attacking him with his guard down is cowardly. Without further ado, you who are waiting to get out of here, go do your work like gods. Vegeta along with Beerus and Whis would have returned to Universe 7, but this time they would go to the planet of the Destroyer God. Once there, they would all stay there without saying a word, since everything had happened so fast. Whis, a question? Now that Kakarot is the new king of everything, it means that he is the strongest of all. Will I never be able to surpass him? It is not so true that, Vegeta. Now Goku is true that he received an enormous power and his appearance changed, but it will take him enough time to dominate the power as king of all. You do not see that his body is still very fragile. What will happen now is that the gods of destruction will try to end the life of Goku. Goku has to earn the respect of all if he wants to rule the 12 universes. Maybe a war is formed by the power that keeps inside his body, but that we cannot know yet. So, I can still overcome him, even though now he has become almost invincible. That's Vegeta. You have to train very hard. At that moment, Beerus would say, "You know what, Whis? When the time comes, I will also face him. That he has such power is not the most appropriate." Meanwhile, the other gods. The god Belmod was extremely angry, because Zeno, why did you do that? That position had to be for one of my warriors, or maybe for a god of destruction. We also tend to destroy things, but it's not too late. The Saiyan of Universe 7 almost exploded because of the power that Zeno left him. It's only a matter of time to wait a week, and when the week passes, I will go to claim him. The 12 gods of destruction thought in a very similar way, since in their selfish desire they could not let Goku be the new king of everything. A week would have passed, and Goku had started to open his eyes, but by the time he did, his head would start to hurt. Little rays of energy would start to come out of his body, thus having a flashback. Goku would be in a place where you could see all 12 universes together. Where am I supposed to be? I'm sure I just woke up, after utilizing the great power of Zeno, because even though I'm in space, I can be able to breathe. Suddenly, a very imposing being would have made his presence known. Wow, so you are the new king of everything. Yes, that is impressive. Someone as young as you already having that position? Who are you? Tell me, where am I? This place is just a parallel world that exists inside your body, able to connect your current consciousness with the world. As you master the power of elimination, you will unlock specific memories that you may want to know, and also new skills that may be useful in the future. As this is a place where your body does not wear out, you may be able to use your power to the maximum. How about having a fight with me, so you can see what awaits you in the future? If you manage to give me a fight, I will tell you a secret that may be of interest to you. If what you say is true, my body can't be damaged in this place, so I can activate the power of the king of everything. Goku would start to increase his ki, giving a loud scream, and then transform into his form as the king of everything. Well, what are you waiting for? Fight me! Goku would throw himself against the mysterious guy, and then kick him in the face. But the guy would have stopped him with only one hand, and then grabbed Goku's leg, starting to spin around to later release it with great force. Goku would crash with 7 planets, but his body would still be intact. Goku with the 7 planets with which he would have crashed would have started to use mental power, so that those 7 planets would start to fly around him. How about this? Goku would start to throw those planets as if they were simple stones against the subject, but the subject who saw the planets approaching him would only cover himself with both hands. Goku clenched his fists in this way, causing the planets to compress. The planets would begin to touch their core. All 7 planets would have exploded at once. The subject had been caught in the explosion. Goku, taking advantage of the smoke from the huge explosion, would fly quickly to hit him in the stomach. The subject would stop Goku's blow, but Goku would start hitting him over and over again. Because this power is so incredible, I can't understand it. I can do whatever I want. Goku's fist would be filled with white energy. This energy would impact on the subject's ribs, causing him to crash into a nearby planet. Wow, how that Saiyan can understand how to use the power of the King of Everything. Although he is very young, he's not bad at all. In a real fight, maybe he would have been hurt. The guy would give a single round of applause, causing Goku to lose his transformation as the King of Everything. You didn't do too bad, but if I wanted to, I would have finished you off with one punch. Why did my power disappear? Don't worry, it only disappeared from here. I control everything in this place. But imagine, I only gave you a taste of 25% of the power you have. Before I leave, I will tell you the secret I promised you. I just want you to know that you're not alone. Maybe you think that your power is great, but there are stronger beings. That's all I can tell you. The being would have disappeared. Goku would regain consciousness. What was all that supposed to be? Who was he, Goku would sit on his bed to reflect on everything that was happening to him. Zeno, your death will not be in vain. I will do everything possible to be the best replacement. And now that I know that there are strong beings, that makes me very happy. Daishinkan would have knocked on the door. So, finally wake you up. Yes, you slept a lot. And tell me now, what will you do? I guess I'll go train. I must master this new power, whatever it costs me. I understand, but before I do, you have a little visitor. Who is supposed to visit me now? Goku would come out of the palace, so he would get a surprise. It's you, God Belmod. Now that I'm the new ruler, you shouldn't do your job as a destroyer god. You think I'm going to listen to a mortal like you, who isn't even capable of controlling the power of the great Zeno? I haven't even been recovered for 2 hours, and already have people who oppose my becoming the new king? I know it wouldn't be easy, but if you chose me, it must be for a reason. The Guardians would have looked at him with an angry face, but Goku would have stopped them. I don't need anyone to defend me. I'll take care of this god myself. You're a little confident, but I want to see what you're made of. Goku had transformed into Super Saiyan Blue. The god Belmod would have increased his Hakai power. The two beings would have launched one against the other, thus starting a fist clash, where you could only see the aura of these two subjects. But the god Belmod would have the advantage, since he had more combat experience. The fist clash would be won by Belmod, thus hitting Goku's face. That's the best thing you have, you King of Everything. You're just trash. Belmod would have charged more than 10 spheres of Hakai energy to begin to contain Goku in one of those 10 spheres. The energy spheres would be launched against a Saiyan. Goku could barely dodge them. One of those spheres would have impacted against a Saiyan, but he would not be trapped inside the sphere. Only his clothes would burn a little, and he had some wounds. I see that you're very resistant. Maybe it is because of your new power. The god would begin to give blows and kicks to Goku, but Goku would dodge them with great difficulty. It is impressive the power that this god has, but now I am the new King of Everything. If I can't beat him, I'll simply be a mockery for the others. Goku would move at high speed in order to throw a Kamehameha to the god Belmod. The Kamehameha would be enhanced to 3 times more. The energy attack would be launched against the god Belmod, but the god would create a ball of energy that would absorb the attack of Goku, causing it to become much larger. I see that you lack much more experience. The god Belmod would return his attack to Goku. The attack would impact against the Saiyan. Goku would be trapped in that great attack and starting to scream. His transformation as Super Saiyan Blue had been lost. But thanks to the attack that the god Belmod launched, he could recover again the transformation of the mastered Ultra Instinct. The god Belmod would start to laugh. That was all you had, new King of Everything? No doubt you're just a talker, because you did not let your guardians protect you. You insolent, how dare you laugh at the death of the King of Everything? You'll pay the punishment for such grave insolence. You can't do anything to me. He himself ordered not to protect him. If you lay a hand on me, you would be disobeying his rules. But he is the King of Everything. We couldn't protect him. We failed in our job of protecting him. Now that I have defeated him, it means that I will be the new King of Everything. From the shadows, a voice would be heard, very annoying. Stop laughing. You are not going to be the god of anything, because at this moment I will end your life. It can't be possible. I ended his life, was consumed by his own attack. Goku would have appeared using his transformation again, but unlike the Tournament of Power, this transformation was much more powerful, because even though Zeno's powers was about destruction, For some reason, he had a lot of affinity with that transformation. Don't go and boost your ego too much. I ended your life, but if I have to do it twice, I will do it again. The god Belmod would put energy in his hand to create a kind of very sharp knife. I'm going to cut you into pieces. But Goku would dodge the attack by giving him a blow in the stomach, which would cause the god Belmod to spit a little blood. It can't be. After so many years, I'm spitting blood? And the worst thing is it was by a mortal? I just can't accept it. Goku would be hitting Belmod as if he were simple trash. The roles had been completely exchanged. But the god Belmod, who had a very big pride, would be able to grab Goku's fists and then kick him. Goku would have retreated. I see that you're able to at least make me back down. Belmod would be very tired. I am a god. If I'm going to lose my life to you, I must at least give it all. I won't give you my life so easily. The god Belmod would begin to increase his power to the maximum. The whole palace would be filled with a purple ki, thus producing great waves of heat. Saiyan, you will know the true power of a destroyer god. Saiyan, you will know the true power of a destroyer god. Lightning would begin to fall all over the palace, leaving Goku a little surprised. So this is your true power. I think this is the first time I've seen the ultimate power of a destroyer god. It's certainly terrifying. Belmod would be filled with a purple ki, making most of the destroyer gods feel his power in the distance. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, what's going on? It's only been a week, and I already feel the power of a god of destruction at its peak? Whis, tell me, who is the one fighting right now? As you see, Mr. Beerus, the angel would have pulled out his staff, thus putting a picture of what was going on in the palace of Zeno-Sama. I see. So the god Belmod was the first to reveal himself against Goku. I'm not surprised. And tell me, Mr. Beerus, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to intervene in the fight? I really don't plan to do anything yet. If that god is capable enough, he will defeat Goku. And if he doesn't, the only thing that awaits him will be death. In any case, if he wants to claim the position as king of everything, I could take it away from him. Resuming the battle. Saiyan, now I find myself very angry. Prepare to lose your life. Belmod, with his maximum power, would stand in front of Goku to hit him. Goku would stop the blow and then retreat. The god would create 2 Hakai energy balls to throw them against the Saiyan. But, unlike the other times, although Goku dodges the energy balls, this god would be using mental power to chase the Saiyan. Goku would try to stop the energy balls Hakai, thus charging in the same way 2 energy balls in the palm of his hand. But, Goku's attack would be consumed, thus the 2 energy balls Hakai would become much bigger. While Goku was trying to escape from the energy balls, Belmod would get in front of him to hit him in the chest. Goku would be thrown to the ground, while the god of destruction would have dodged his own attack. The 2 attacks would go against a Saiyan, but the angry one would say, "Enough games, god! You think you can play with me?" It's true that now you became much stronger, but don't underestimate my power. While Goku was saying that, the 2 balls of Hakai energy would have stuck to his hand, thus devouring his hands little by little. Damn it! At what moment those 2 things stuck to me? Now I can't get this energy out of my hands. That's what you get for talking. As you said, you can repeat it. Don't forget that you are a mere mortal. You will never be able to overcome a god. Your body will be consumed little by the Hakai power. And you, even if you have the power of Zeno, even that won't be able to save you. The Hakai energy would begin to consume the Saiyan's arms. From one moment to the next, Goku would have lost both of his hands. Goku's 2 hands were consumed by the Hakai power. This power would have disappeared, thus leaving Goku as a cripple. The god would think, my power has a limit to destroy. From what I'm seeing, if he doesn't have the power of Zeno, I would have destroyed his body completely. But that doesn't matter anymore. Now he's just someone without arms. It will be very difficult for him to fight. The god would throw himself against a Saiyan, giving him a beating. I can't do anything. I've lost my arms. I can't be able to defend myself from his attacks. The god Belmod would grab Goku's neck. What happened, Goku? Why don't you fight like you were doing before? The Saiyan's breathing was getting shorter. A guard who was watching what was happening would say, I can't allow this. The new god of everything is being humiliated by a god, and I'm just watching and doing nothing? I have to do something. The guard would have launched an energy ball at the god Velmu, but Daishinkan would have deflected it with one hand. Remember what the god Velmut said. You can't intervene in this fight. If you do, the king himself won't forgive you. The Saiyans are very proud beings. Although he is about to die, he will not ask you for help. I can't be able to do anything. But I can't lose my life. I have to get out of here as soon as possible. But what can I do now? Goku at that moment would have remembered what that strange being told him. It's true. Inside my body is that guy. If I can connect my consciousness now, I could ask him how I can recover my arms. Goku, despite the pain he felt at that moment, he could connect his consciousness with that parallel world. Hey, I don't know what your name is, but I need you to help me. I'm about to lose my life. So you came to this place again. I don't know how you were able to do it. Your abilities are really amazing. And tell me, what are you looking for? I need you to tell me if there is a way to revert the Hakai energy. As you can see, I lost my arms, and I can't be able to do any technique. So you need just that? It's a very easy answer to answer. Normally I would refuse to say it, but when you used your form as Mastered Ultra Instinct, your compatibility with the power of the King of Everything has risen quite a lot. The only way to reverse the Hakai energy is with the energy of the angels. You just need to cover your whole body with angel energy. For you, it will be very easy since you have the power of the King of Everything. When you manage to run that energy throughout your body, eventually the remains of Hakai energy will leave your body, making your arms are completely rebuilt. See you soon, and good luck. I think you'll need it. The guy would have given a clap, thus returning Goku's consciousness to his original body. Once Goku had awakened, he would have started to scream. His body would be filled with a thin layer of white ki. The god, even though he didn't feel any increase in power, would have let go of Goku's neck, thus taking a step backwards. What the hell's wrong with that Saiyan? Out of nowhere he started to scream. He really is very annoying. The god would put his hand in front of Goku to eliminate him completely, but when he was about to eliminate him, Goku's body would start to glow. His arms that had just been lost would have been completely reconstructed. It can't be. What that guy told me worked. But what the hell happened? How were you able to recover your arms? God, I will return all the hits I received. When Goku was going against the god would only smile, and then he would say, Hakai. Goku's body would be filled with Hakai power again, but this energy would have simply vanished from his body. Did you think that would work? Your power no longer has any effect against me. Because my power as a destroyer god doesn't work against him, did he somehow discover the weakness of that Kai power? I see that only death awaits me, but if I'm going to die at least, I will take him with me to hell. I see what you're going to do, but I won't allow that. Goku would hit him with his elbow and then kick him in the face. While the god was being thrown into the air, he would stop in mid-air, getting as close as possible to Goku, so that he would at least be in range of the explosion. I don't plan to lose my life yet. The god would be about to explode, but Goku would charge a Kamehameha with the power he had left. This great attack would impact against the god, thus moving him away from Zeno-Sama's palace. Before the god exploded, he would say, I really never thought I would be eliminated by a mere mortal. I promise you that my soul will haunt you eternally. Velmu would have exploded. The explosion would have destroyed several planets, and apart from that would completely shake the palace of Goku. Goku would be a spectator. In the distance he would see how several planets would be affected by the explosion. Suddenly, the ki of the god Velmu would have disappeared completely. In the end, I could beat him. No doubt I still lack much power if I want to reach the top. I will have to train much more. Zeno, I will not disappoint you. Goku would return to his base state and walk back to his guardians. I want to know what happens when the god of destruction dies. Answering that question, his body completely disappears from existence, and possibly the most powerful person in his universe will be the new god of destruction. I understand, so that's what's going to happen to his soul. Anyway, I need to take a rest. This fight has left me without energy. Goku would have entered the palace again to rest and recover his energy again. Dear daughter, now that your god of destruction lost his life, What do you plan to do? That he ended the life of the god Belmod. I was quite fond of him, but I cannot do anything against him. An angel should never fight against a king at all. I guess I'll just look for a replacement. Father, I promise that the next time we see each other, I will make the next god, destroyer of Universe 11, defeat the Saiyan Goku. Daughter, I'll be waiting for that moment eagerly. Margarita would leave the place to reach the Universe 11. Once she reached the Universe 11, she would make a meeting with all the people who participated in the Tournament of Power. Angel Margarita, because you have called us here, and percent, where is the Lord Valmu? Toppo, that's what I want to talk to all of you about. The god Valmu was eliminated by the Saiyan of Universe 7, Goku. Perhaps many of you do not believe me, but 1 week ago he was crowned as the new king of everything. Are you serious, Margarita? This must be a bad joke. The Lord Valmu could not lose his life. Jiren, I'm not lying to you, is the reality. Jiren would have hit the ground with a lot of force, leaving a big crater, and then increasing his power little by little, while tears came out of his eyes. That bastard will pay for this! Jiren was about to leave the place, but Margarita would have stopped him. Jiren, you better stop and don't do anything stupid. Lord Valmu is dead, and that's something you'll have to accept sooner or later. I'm sorry, Margarita. I won't accept what you're saying. I see. Then you leave me no choice. Margarita would knock Jiren out in one move. What happened to Jiren? Did you hurt him? Don't worry. He's fine. He's just unconscious. Listen, everyone. From now on, Jiren will be the new god, destroyer of Universe 11. If we can make Jiren stronger, he can defeat Goku, since he's the only hope to avenge his death. It's a pity that I can't do anything, since I'm an angel. The divine laws wouldn't allow me to do so. It's only a matter of time before Jiren becomes powerful and defeats Goku. His job will be to help Jiren in everything he needs. Very well, we are going to do it. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, Whis would think, times of wars are approaching. With the death of the god Valmu, everything is becoming chaos. I really want to see what Goku will do to face all this. I need to become stronger than Kakarot. I can't let him surpass me. I need to become stronger than Kakarot. I can't let him surpass me. Whis, I need you to keep training me. I need to become strong as fast as possible. I understand your need, Vegeta, but to get strong, you will have to wait a bit. Minimum 2 years. That much time can't be possible. I don't have all that time, and you know it. You said it yourself. By then Kakarot will have mastered the king's power completely. Then my training won't do you much good. You can consult with Mr. Beerus. He has a very different fighting style than the angels. He also uses Hakai energy, the energy of destruction. You have a much tougher character than Goku, so I suggest you ask Mr. Beerus to train you himself. If you manage to master Hakai energy, you will surely face Goku quickly. Vegeta, upon hearing the words of Whis, would go to talk to Beerus to see if he could accept him as his student temporarily. What do you want, Vegeta? Right now, I'm not in the mood to listen to requests. In case you don't know, Goku already defeated a god of destruction, and even Goku has not been able to control all the power of Zeno. What awaits us in the future will be that all the gods of destruction will be eliminated by Goku. That's something I cannot accept. So go. As I said, because I'm not in the mood. Beerus was about to fly away from his planet, but Vegeta shouted very loudly, "Wait, Mr. Beerus! If you accept me as your student, I promise you that we can finish Goku. Remember that we Saiyans have a lot of potential to increase our power. You just have to have the right training." Beerus, upon hearing the words of Vegeta, would have gone down to his planet. I certainly didn't expect that proposal from you. And tell me why you are going to betray someone of your race. Kakarot and I have never been good friends, but now this has become a necessity for all of us. If I don't do something, for sure, all the multiverses will be in danger. Your answer pleases me very much. It's fine. You will be my new student. I hope that in a short time, you can beat Kakarot. How about now we start with the training? It won't be easy, so get ready. Vegeta would have transformed into a Super Saiyan Blue state in order to start fighting against Beerus, but this god was able to dodge his attacks very easily. With that speed you have, not being able to give me a single blow, you'll never be able to beat Goku. You really are pathetic. Don't underestimate me so easily! Vegeta would kick the god in the face, but again the god would dodge it. At that moment, the Beerus god would give him a small blow in the neck, which would make Vegeta fall to the ground very exhausted. My vision is going to be lost by a simple blow. If I can't withstand the blows of a god now, what awaits me when I face Kakarot? Vegeta, even though he was at his limit, would have stood up again, and then increased the little ki he had left. If I fall now by the blows of a god, what awaits me in the future? My pride will not be able to give up now. Vegeta would start to fly at high speed, thus being able to confuse the god for a few seconds. But when he was about to give him a blow with the little strength he had left, the god would have grabbed him by the neck. But Vegeta would somehow put ki in his hands to make them much stronger, managing to take off the hands of this god and then hit him in the face. Apparently I have been able to hit you. You're very surprising. I didn't expect it. I was certainly confident, but believe it or not, I'm a little angry. Beerus punched Vegeta in the stomach, causing the Saiyan to fall to the ground in a faint and lose his transformation. Lord Beerus, what just happened? You don't accept your defeat? Apparently even gods can be a little proud. He did pretty good. He was very confident. This shows me how Vegeta does have a lot of potential. Meanwhile, in Goku's palace, Goku would find himself rested, thus returning back to that parallel world. The battle I had against that god has left me very tired. I'll need time for my body to recover. I don't think you should rest so quietly, when there are people and gods looking for your head. I know perfectly well, but I can't do much about it. So I want you to tell me what is the best method to control the power of the King of Everything. That information is not available yet. Your compatibility with the power of the King of Everything is still very low, so you have to find out for yourself. Wow, in that case, it doesn't seem to be that useful. Anyway, see you later, I have to train. Goku got out of bed to start his training. Hey Angel, I need to fight again with someone strong to awaken my potential. In the fight I had against that god, somehow my power increased quite a bit. So prepare a training camp similar to the power tournament, but much smaller, and with a much stronger gravity. As you command, Mr. Goku. Dai Shinkan would begin to prepare again a place like that of the Tournament of Power. Several minutes would have passed, when the angel would have finally finished it. Lord Goku, the place is already finished. What do you think if you try it? Goku flew towards the new power tournament. This place seems to be very sturdy. The Saiyan would hit the ground with all his might, but it would still be intact. You have done very well, Angel. And tell me, Mr. Goku, who is going to be your opponent today? My opponent will be one of my guardians, so any of you guardians may be able to fight with me. The only requirement is not to hold back. I want you to fight with all your power. I understand what you are saying, so if it is not too much trouble, I will be your opponent. The guardian would have stood on the battlefield. Before fighting the Saiyan, the angel would have increased the gravity. Goku, who was in normal state, would have fallen to the ground on his knees, while the guardian was standing without any problem. My body's not able to move at all. I guess I'll go all out from the start. The Saiyan would have closed his eyes, thus activating the mastered Ultra Instinct. Goku would move instead of the guardian, thus getting on his back, to then throw a Kamehameha at him, but this guardian would have stopped it with both hands, thus returning the attack to Goku. Then he was able to return my attack. I certainly have to be careful. The guardian would start to make movements with his hands, so his fists would turn white. This blow would go against the Saiyan, but this one could barely be able to dodge it. The guardian, despite this, would continue attacking Goku again and again, until the Saiyan exhausted his energy. Goku, by a carelessness, would have been impacted by the fist of the guardian, thus being thrown meters away from the combat arena. That hit really hurt me a lot. This is the power that one of my guardians has? Besides, the gravity of the place makes me slower and slower. On the other hand, it has no effect on him. While Goku was still thinking, the guardian would have approached quickly to hit him again. But before the blow touched Goku, one of the guardians who were watching the fight would have come down to the fighting arena to face him. Hey! How dare you attack the master when he is on the ground with his guard down? That's being a scumbag! No doubt you don't deserve to be the Master's guardian. Goku, who was on the ground, would have made a very annoyed face. He and I are having a fight. What happens to me is not your problem. I told him myself to face me with all his power. So please, get out of here, before you make me angry. The Guardian, upon hearing Goku's words, would leave the fighting arena to continue the fight between the two of them. The Guardian would launch himself at the Saiyan again, thus activating his Guardian Authority ability. Goku could not be able to move. He had fallen under the power of this powerful ability, which only high-ranking beings had. As he was a guardian of the King of Everything, besides the pressure of the place was getting stronger and stronger. Master, you'd better give up now. If we keep fighting, I could hurt you. Goku, upon hearing those words, would not say anything. The only thing he would be doing at that moment was to apply a lot of force on the ground to move. The ground would break. Goku would fall deep into the ground. The Guardian would create a large ball of energy in the palm of his hand, so that this would be launched against Goku. The Saiyan would be about to receive the ball of energy, but this would have shouted that he was surrendering. The Guardian would automatically, after hearing Goku's words, would teleport in front of the energy ball to deflect it. I see that you have not been able to defeat me, Master. It seems that today I almost lost my life because of my pride. I still have a long way to go. Goku would return to his normal state, thus falling under the pressure of gravity. Even if I can't move, I'll stay here training. This fight helped me understand certain things. The other Guardians would leave along with the Angel, leaving the Saiyan alone. Goku would cross his legs and begin to meditate. While meditating, his body was recovering little by little. An aura of energy would have left his body, thus passing more than 2 weeks. Goku in those 2 weeks tried to enter his body in a tranquility mental, to improve the power of the mastered Ultra Instinct. Now that I can raise my power much more, I will try to control the power of Zeno. Goku would put much of the power of Zeno in his body, but in doing so his body would start to burn uncontrollably. Damn it, I can't be able to control this power yet. How much time will I need to do it? I see that meditating doesn't work much. Now I just need to train with my Guardian. It would have been more than a year. Goku in all that time would have trained with one of his Guardians, thus being defeated many times. But he would have managed to increase his affinity with Zeno's power to 10%. I feel my power flowing more and more. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, Vegeta would continue training with Beerus without taking any kind of rest, being able to obtain the Ultra Ego in only 2 months of training, thus achieving a 30% improvement during this last year. Vegeta, you have become very strong this year, but it is not enough to defeat Goku. But as we cannot waste any more time, I will tell you a method to obtain a power more beached than that of a god. Beerus would take Vegeta to one of his rooms. In this room, there were many treasures from different universes and planets. The god would start looking among the hundreds of treasures. Hey Whis, you know where is that pill that guy gave us that we wouldn't destroy his planet? Obviously I know where it is. I kept it in my staff, in case it got lost. The famous pill that could increase your power without any limit. I didn't think you would give it to a mortal.